Hello everybody and welcome back to Fazbear Acid. On today's Halloween edition of FNAF merch character profiles, we'll be taking a look at a group of characters who go hand in hand with the spooky season, the FNAF 4 Halloween edition animatronics, Jacko Bonnie, Jacko Chica, Nightmare Mangle, Nightmare Balloon Boy, and Nightmarionette. These characters are amongst the coolest FNAF animatronics out there in my view, especially the Jackos and Nightmare Mangle. Those are some of my personal all-time favorites, so this should be a really fun one. But before we dive into the merch, since today's the Halloween special, I'll ask two Faz questions for this video. If you have been a FNAF character for Halloween, who was it? And if FNAF collabed with any big name candy companies for October, what sorts of candies and/or snacks would you like to see? Be sure to tell me in the comments. So with the intro out of the way, let's take a look at the history of the FNAF 4 Halloween Edition animatronics figures and plushies. We would see the first pieces of Halloween Edition merch come out all at around the same time, this being in late 2016, mostly in November. And there was quite a bit actually, so it was a tad difficult to pin down what exactly was available first, not just announced. But it looks like our first pieces of Halloween Edition merch were brought to us by McFarlane. They released two sets, the Closet with Nightmare Mangle and Fun with Balloon Boy. Both sets are on the small side but really great nonetheless, and this Nightmare Mangle set is definitely one of my favorite McFarlane FNAF sets. In the same month, we would get our next set of merch from Just Toys. Their Wave 2 backpack hangers were primarily centered on FNAF 4, and in the Wave they included hangers of each of the Halloween Update animatronics, with Jacko Bonnie and Chica being chases. I actually remember grabbing 3 random packs of these from a GameStop, and actually getting Jacko Chica and Jacko Bonnie respectively, alongside Nightmare Mangle, which was just insane luck. I know the Just Toys hangers aren't known for being particularly well liked, but I honestly dig this line. And regardless of what you think of them, you have to admit Just Toys is pretty cool for at least including the Halloween characters in here. Continuing with the lively November month, Funko would finally get into the mix when they released the 2016 GameStop exclusive Jacko Chica action figure. This is one of the best FNAF action figures ever, honestly. Jacko Chica is already such an awesome character design, and pair that with the glow-in-the-dark feature that this figure has, and you get a home run. This figure nowadays though is extremely expensive in the box, regularly going over $300. Even without the box, it gets really pricey. Fun fact, I actually had this figure when it came out, and I opened it up. Something I'd never do with any figure now, and you have no idea how much I regret that. Jacko Chica was a part of Funko's Wave 2 releases, which was heavily focused on FNAF 4, and this did allow for another Halloween update character to get his first action figure, this being Nightmarionette. He was a Build-A-Figure for the base FNAF Wave 2 figures, meaning you had to collect them all and open them up to build him. He's a pretty good figure, although Nightmarionette isn't the hardest character to screw up in figure form, I think. After the eventful late 2016, we'd have to wait until May 2017 for things to pick back up. Jacko Chica would head back to GameStop when Funko released this GameStop exclusive Funko Pop. An amazing Funko Pop, and thankfully, unlike the action figure, it's not crazy high in price. In the same month, Funko would release a line of figures that would give us new merch for almost every single one of the Halloween update characters. In the Series 2 Mystery Minis, or the Sister Location plus FNAF 4 Wave, we would get a 1 out of 24 Night Marionette, a 1 out of 24 Nightmare Balloon Boy, a 1 out of 36 Jacko Chica, and a 1 out of 72 Nightmare Mangle. And honestly, these are some of the best minis Funko has ever produced. Nightmare Mangle is by far the most expensive of the bunch though, regularly going over $100. And interestingly enough, it's a mini with a reputation for being easily broken, so if you do get this one, I'd suggest being extra careful. Later in October, Funko would give the Funko Pop treatment to the other Jacko animatronic with the Barnes & Noble exclusive glow-in-the-dark Jacko Bonnie Pop. I love everything about this one. One of my favorite FNAF characters. Glow-in-the-dark stuff is always awesome and it fits perfectly here, and I love Barnes & Noble, so this pop right here is amongst my favorites. From there, we move into the year of 2018, where Funko would finally release a mystery mini of the Halloween animatronic that they left out in the Series 2 wave. In the Series 3 or Twisted Ones plus Sister Location line, Jacko Bonnie was included as a 1 out of 36 Walmart exclusive. And Funko just keeps killing it with these guys, one of my top favorite minis ever. Nowadays, he's not only expensive but pretty hard to find actually. Completely random to include him in this wave though, but I'm definitely glad we got him at the end of the day. But besides that mini, that was all 2018 had to offer. We would have to wait until July of 2019 when McFarlane would release their Left Hall Micro set with Night Marionette. A neat little set with a great looking figure, and I don't know if it's just me, but I find this picture kind of funny because it looks like he's guarding that lamp there. Don't worry man, I'm not gonna touch it. Unfortunately, that was all the merch we'd get for a while. It wasn't until August 2021 when we would see something new, and luckily we did get more than just one piece of merch. Here, Funko would drop their Curse of Dreadbear wave of merch, and included was a Jacko Bonnie plush and action figure, and a Jacko Chica plush. Now I will say, these are the weakest pieces of Halloween update merch by far, but at the same time, I don't think these are horrible. The Jacko Bonnie action figure is solid even if the colors are kinda off, and the plushies, yeah, they're not the best, but I would say they aren't even close to the worst Funko has to offer. At least the Jacko Chica figure finally stopped being lonely. However, we'd be lonely in the Halloween update merch department for years following this. But when we finally did get something, we would get a really awesome piece. In October 2024, Hex would release their Night Marionette plush, featuring LED eyes and posability. I mean, this guy is just perfect, honestly. I can't possibly say anything bad about the design of this one. Definitely my favorite piece of Night Marionette merch. While that was all we got in 2024, Night Marionette would actually return in 2025, very recently in fact. Jazzwares released this plush of Night Marionette literally just a month ago, and it is available right now on Hot Topic and Box Lunch's website, and in person in both stores if you are lucky. I do like this plush, even though it's not near the top of the Jazzwares plushies that have been released thus far for me, but it is cool that Night Marionette finally got that classic plush treatment. Well everyone, there you have it, the history of the FNAF 4 Halloween Update animatronics figures and plushies. If I'm being honest, these characters don't have any bad merch, and the best merch that they do have are some of the best FNAF figures and plushies out there. As of now, we do not know if any more merch will be coming out for these guys soon, but I fully expect youtooz to make something for next year, and Jazzwares will probably as well. I really hope so, because characters like Nightmare BB and Mangle haven't seen anything in years, so I think they are far past due for something. And I would never complain if we got more Jacko Chica merch or Jacko Bonnie merch in the future. But as always, let me know what you have, what you want, and what you would like to see get made. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a happy Halloween. This has been fazbear Acid.